Alright, let's take a look at the personalization settings in Windows 10. There are some very nice features here. So from here you can change the background of your desktop. So this is something you would normally do from your control panel, but you now have access to that from this settings application. So you can have it be a picture, a solid color, or even a slideshow. So you can change that from here. This area just shows the ones that are recently set as your background. And then you can choose a specific fit if you'd like it to be centered. You have that option. You can have it tiled. I normally just have that set to fill the display. And then you have access to change your colors. So right now it's set to automatically pick an accent color based on the background. So if I turn that off, I can manually change the color settings. So this is what it's set to currently, and you'll see that all of the live tiles are set to that color. You can see also this icon is set to that color. If I wanted to use a different color, I could just go ahead and select that and everything will update. And you can see that the accent colors within the applications, even the border around a window that's active, are going to update as well. So now all the live tiles are blue as well instead of that red color that we had before. So I'm going to go ahead and switch that back. You can also enable this feature to show the colors on your start screen or your start menu, your taskbar, and your action center. So right now the action center is this dark color. The taskbar here is also a dark black sort of color here, and then same thing goes for the start menu. If I do enable this feature though, all of that updates, and now that all is themed. So that's a nice feature to have. And then also you'll see that you can kind of see through the start screen. You can kind of see through the action center a little bit as well with a nice blur effect. That's going to slow your PC down at least a little bit because those are some kind of advanced visual features. You can turn that off and your PC might run just a little bit faster, at least when you're opening these menus and things like that. And some people might just prefer the way that that looks, so that's a nice option to have there. If we enable that, when we go into the start screen on the tablet mode, you'll see as well you can't see your background. So if you use your device as a tablet frequently, you will not ever see your desktop background in this mode if you have that feature enabled. I'm going to go ahead and make that transparent again. You can access some interesting lock screen features as well here. So if you wanted to set a slideshow on your lock screen, you could do that. And the great thing about that is you could actually just use your device as like a virtual picture frame. So if you wanted to have something like that at your desk at work that ran while you weren't using the device, you could set that slideshow. That might be kind of nice. If you do that, you'll have the option to choose a specific folder. So you could create a folder that has images that you'd like in that slideshow. You could do that manually. On the lock screen, you can choose one app to show a detailed status. What that essentially does is, in this area of the lock screen, you're going to have a notification that has a line of text underneath it. So you can choose one application to do that. If you choose weather, it will show you the current weather. If you choose Xbox, it might show you any new notifications. Obviously, if you choose calendar, it's going to show you upcoming events. Wunderlist, it will show you new events or new tasks that you have yet to complete, so you can do that there. And then you can have a number of different applications that show quick status. So I'd actually like to configure this to show me Xbox notifications and weather. Let's see, what else could I add here? Oh, the alarms. Let's go ahead and add Tweetium and Wunderlist to the mix as well. So you can have up to 7 applications showing you this quick status. And then you can, from here, access the settings that will set the screen timeout settings. So if you want to have your lock screen on, for instance, if you're using a slideshow, you don't want your screen to turn off for a few minutes, you can set the screen timeout settings from that link there. So right now this themes area isn't really in use in the application, but it does take you to the control panel. So you can change your theme here. This changes accent colors around the windows and things like that. You can access the high contrast themes. So really the themes area is just going to take you to the control panel. From here you can also access a couple of other interesting features like your desktop icon settings. If you'd like to show maybe your computer you can go ahead and enable that. That's not on by default. You can also have the recycle bin on. That is on by default, but I generally disable that. So you can change that there. That'll change the look of the PC a little bit. And then you can also access mouse pointer settings. So there's actually a place in the settings app that we'll get into later that will be able to update that from there as well. And then lastly, if you go to Start, there are a couple different features that you can update here. So in the tablet mode, you're always going to use the Start in full screen. So if we go ahead and switch into tablet mode here, when you go to Start, everything will come up full screen every single time. However, you could also enable it, so maybe if you're someone who actually likes Windows 8 or Windows 8.1 and you like the full screen Start experience, you can actually enable that whether you're using it in tablet mode or not. So you can tick that box on, and then even when you're not in tablet mode, Start will open up in full screen. In Start, you also have recently added applications. There will be a section right here. I haven't installed anything recently, but if I had, there would be a section right there that would show me applications that were installed recently. So you could disable that if you would like. And then up at the top, you also have most used applications. If you don't want that showing, you can also disable that. So that's gone now. And then you can also have this setting enabled to show recently opened items in jump lists. Just to show you what that means, File Explorer has a jump list right here. Now there are certain folders that I do access very frequently. So right here you can see these are folders that I am accessing very frequently. If I disable this feature, then I will no longer see those frequently used things in that jump list. So that's it for personalization settings. Thanks for watching.